with your first alert forecast.
Temperatures across the Panhandle on the warm side, especially if you're up near Bluntstown. 87 to 88 in Tallahassee, climbed to 90 there, and we're going to see that 90-degree mark in a lot of locations this week, especially our inland areas. You're going to stay on the warmer side. Coastal areas a little bit cooler thanks to that water temperature. You can see the heat building across the country here. That high pressure ridge taking control a little bit early, and that means storm systems, they're going to work around that high pressure ridge. It really makes it hard for colder air and even lift to make it all the way down to the deep south here, because it's got to battle all the way through that high pressure ridge to make it all the way to us, and it just doesn't do so well as we go into summer. And that's because you get this large backing from the Atlantic subtropical ridge, and that extends across the Gulf and then across the southeast, and we basically get high pressure in control, and the moisture follows suit as well. So what does that mean for us? Summer pattern means pop up, or at least the chance of a pop-up shower and storm in the afternoon, as well as lots of heat and lots of humidity. And that's exactly what we have. We have got a little prescribed burn out there showing some smoke on the radar, and then even a thunderstorm on the north side of that going back up into Georgia. Across the rest of the area, you had to be very lucky today to pick out a shower or storm. And overnight tonight, it is just the fog that's going to help you hold on to some moisture. Tomorrow, we'll have a better chance in our Seabreeze favored locations as you work up toward I-10, especially into Jackson County. UV forecast tomorrow also into the very high category, so put the sunscreen on if you're headed to the coast or out to the beach. Check the flags, but with high pressure in control, that means surf conditions will stay relatively nice. That doesn't mean that our rip current risk is zero, it just means that the rip current risk is less. So you still want to know how to identify a rip as well as check the flags before getting into the water. Air quality on the good side, pollen count moderate, the drier air helping to reduce that. Bayberry grasses and oak are your main allergens at the moment. Drought conditions, as we've been talking, it's been dry, so we're starting to sneak in dry conditions in the drought monitor here, and with that we've had an uptick in brush fire activity. Thankfully, all the fires that are active right now are contained at 70% containment. They typically call that contained, and that's what we have. We've got 80% at the least amount of containment, but that is contained. So hopefully we don't start any new fires going forward, and the good news is we've got plenty of moisture in the air with the humidity at night, so that is helping things out, at least holding on to some moisture into those fuels. It's in the afternoon, so from 12 noon to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that's when you see the driest conditions and the windiest weather. So if you can avoid burning at that time, basically between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., that is best until we start to get more sustainable rain across the area, which you can see the rain chances are low. We'll just see isolated chances on Thursday, and then isolated chances returning Sunday, and scattered chances by Monday and Tuesday, and just kind of crossing our fingers there that we get that moisture to work in, because we've started a dry period and these things kind of escalate. If we continue dry weather, it tends to kind of lock in for longer periods of time. So hopefully we can get some rain in here.
When do you think the next rain system might?
Yeah, we might get an isolated shower tomorrow, but I think Monday is the better chance of rain. So cross some fingers for that.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Ross.